In the middle of the night, I got a call from my old friend Nora living in St. Andrews. She was having a tough time dealing with some issues in her life and asked me to come to her place for support. I lived exactly 100 miles away in Inverness. I thought this was the perfect time to go help my friend in need, as I needed to get away too. I planned to enjoy the ride that would take me through stunning highland landscapes, quaint villages, and coastal views, offering a memorable journey across Scotland to Nora's. Leaving the comfort of my home with my bag in tow, I started the car and headed to Nora's. The engine roared and was making weird noises as I merged onto the open highway. I was concerned about the engine's condition, but I kept on going. I wasn't aware of the fact that the heavens had other plans for me. Dark clouds loomed ominously, as if mirroring the turmoil in my friend's life. The sky crackled with thunder, and raindrops began to fall against the windshield, distorting my view of the road ahead. I started panicking as the car suddenly trembled and stopped, succumbing to its mechanical woes. Fear gripped me as I found myself stranded, a lone soul at the mercy of nature's wrath. As fear consumed my mind, I peered through the rain-soaked glass, desperately scanning the stricken landscape for any signs of life. The shadows of towering trees loomed above on both sides of the road, their branches reaching out like sinister claws. Just as despair threatened to consume me, I saw a vehicle approaching me, like a glimmer of hope emerging from darkness. Headlights pierced through the storm, casting an eerie glow on the rain-soaked roadway. A sense of relief washed over me as an old pickup truck pulled up in front of my broken-down vehicle. I felt like I was finally being rescued in the middle of nowhere. The driver's door creaked open, and a figure emerged, their form veiled by the sheets of rain. An uneasy feeling tugged in the depth of my heart, signaling something isn't right. My intuitions cautioned me against accepting assistance from this stranger, yet desperation clouded my judgment, pushing me to cast aside my intuitions. The man approached, his tattered and worn-out clothes clinging to his thin and bony structure, his eyes possessing a haunting intensity. His voice carried a sinister whisper as he spoke.
"Hey, I'm Victor. In need of some help?"
But despite the unease coursing through my veins, I mustered a weak smile and nodded. "Yes, please. My car broke down and I've been stranded here in this dreadful storm." The man's lips curled into a resemblance of a smile, revealing yellowed, grimy teeth. He gestured toward his truck.
"Hop in. I'll give you a ride."
Reluctantly, I entered the truck, my senses heightened, acutely aware of every creak and groan of the vehicle. The atmosphere inside was heavy with an eerie silence, broken only by the relentless pitter-patter of rain on the roof. As we drove through the storm, unease settled deep within my gut. The man's eyes seemed to bore into me, his gaze filled with an unsettling hunger. Every instinct screamed at me to escape, but I was trapped in this metal coffin-like truck, at the mercy of the man who was sitting right beside me. Minutes turned into hours as we ventured further into the darkness. The storm raged on, as did the storm brewing inside me. Dread intertwined with curiosity, fueling my desire to know what lay ahead. "Where are you taking me?" I asked hesitantly, to which he didn't respond. I asked again, "Are you going the right way? I told you that you can drop me off at the St. Andrews bus stop. This road doesn't seem to be the right one." By this time, I'd started raising my voice above the normal threshold, and I was close to crying out loud for help. Abruptly, the truck screeched to a halt, jolting me forward in my seat. My heart raced as the man turned to face me with a wicked grin.
"We've arrived,"
he rasped, his voice dripping with evil. I peered through the rain-streaked window, my breath catching in my throat. Before me, stood a deteriorated house, its windows shattered and its walls coated in an eerie darkness. My mind screamed for me to run, to flee from this place of nightmares, but my body remained frozen. What is this place? Are you out of your mind?
The storm is intensifying. Stay here till it settles, and then you may leave,
he said with his expressionless face. What else could I do? I started walking towards the house. With each step I took, a chilling sensation crept up my spine, whispers of the unknown echoing in my ears. The door creaked open, revealing a realm of unspeakable horrors beyond. As I crossed the threshold, the true nature of the man's intentions became clear. His twisted smile widened, his eyes gleaming with sadistic pleasure. I was nothing more than prey, trapped in a tangled web by the devil himself. And so the nightmare continued, as the walls of the house whispered their secrets, and the storm outside raged on, forever concealing the horrors that unfolded within its malevolent embrace. The door slammed shut behind me, sealing my fate within these forsaken walls. Whispers grew louder, dripping with wickedness, revealing unspeakable horrors that awaited my presence. The house came alive, walls vibrating with ancient evil. Twisting shadows and unseen hands urged me deeper into darkness. In a room adorned with ancient evil symbols, a foul odor saturated the air. Dread clung to me, despair threatening to consume my soul. Unearthly whispers grew louder and louder, shattering the silence, and strange figures emerged, hunger gleaming in their eyes. Twisted smiles exposed sharp, gnarled teeth. Desperate, I ran through shifting corridors, walls whispering forbidden secrets, mocking my futile escape attempts. I could hear the man laughing like a maniac, but I couldn't see him anywhere. Time lost meaning as I ran through the house filled with screams. As I ventured deeper into the heart of the house, I discovered a hidden library, its shelves lined with ancient, forbidden knowledge. Pages turned on their own, revealing dark rituals and incantations that should never be uttered. The words seemed to seep into my very being, threatening to consume my sanity. The house's malevolence intensified with each passing moment. It played with my senses, distorting reality and blurring the lines between nightmare and waking. Then, I discovered a hidden chamber in the corridor where an ancient door was engraved with sinister spells. Driven by curiosity, I pushed it open, revealing unimaginable horror. The room was filled with bones of the dead. It was the very room where tormented souls struggled in eternal agony. A malevolent force descended from the ceiling, gripping my throat with icy claws. As the evil released its grip, I stumbled backward, gasping for breath. The room seemed to resonate with dark energy. The whispers grew into screams, as if the very house had taken on a life of its own. And then, a figure emerged from the shadows of the chamber and stepped into the dim light. It was Victor, the one who captured me. But he had something different in his eyes. He truly looked like the devil himself. It became clear that he too was bound by the house's sinister grip. In a deep voice, Victor started muttering the dark history of the house in my ears. It had once been a place of unspeakable cruelty, where people were brought to death and souls were trapped in an eternal torment. The house had claimed countless victims over the years, capturing and holding them till they die a painful death. Within the depths of the hidden chambers, I discovered a pit, a bottomless abyss that seemed to devour all light. Whispers originated from its depths, summoning me closer, tempting me to peer into its infinite darkness. But just as I was about to surrender to the pit's enchanting spells, a realization struck me. The house fed on fear and despair, thriving on the torment of those trapped within its walls. With newfound resolve, I fought against the house's influence, refusing to become another victim of its darkness. Summoning all my strength, I raced through the corridors, desperate to escape the house's clutches. The walls trembled, echoing my footsteps as the house fought to keep me within its grasp. Finally, I burst through the front door, gasping for fresh air. The storm outside had subsided, the night sky now clear and serene. As I looked back at the house, a sense of victory washed over me. I had survived the house's haunting secrets, escaped its clutches, and emerged from its depths forever changed. But as I drove away in Victor's pickup truck, I couldn't help but wonder about Victor, the caretaker bound to the house. Would he ever find release from its grip? Well, the mysteries of the house would continue to haunt me, a reminder of the darkness that lurks in hidden corners of the world. The house stood silent, its secrets buried within its walls, patiently waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. And so, the tale of the haunted house and its eternal curse would be passed down through generations, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lay in wait for those who dare to explore its sinister depths.